When your WexWindows arrive, examine the shipment while it's still loaded on the truck. Check your receipt to make sure the shipment is correct. Inspect the boxes and take photos to document any damage. To report damage, follow WexEnergy instructions for reporting damage claims. Each box will have one or more letters written on its side. Each Wex window is assigned a letter of the alphabet to correspond with your unique Wex window key chart. All Wex window boxes must be opened from the top to avoid damage. Your box is correctly positioned if you can read "Your skins are here" on the upper left-hand corner of the box. Using a razor blade, slit open the top of the cardboard shipping box. Each Wex window is packed in a protective cardboard divider. Remove the dividers from the box one at a time and rest them on a flat surface or lean them against an unobstructed wall. Visually confirm that the product is in good condition. Remove the protective blue film from the unlabeled side of the skin. Do not remove the protective film from the labeled side of the skin just yet. The film on the labeled side keeps your Wex window units clean until you've completed the installation. If you're installing solar skins, these will only have a protective liner on the label side. Check the inside of the Wex window panel for dirt or debris. If necessary, use a lint-free cloth to gently wipe the unit clean. It's very important to clean your windows and tracks before installing Wex windows. Slider windows can be removed from their tracks. Check your vendor's website for instructions on removing and reinstalling slider windows. In this video, you can see that this slider window can be removed by pulling up and out from the bottom track. After removing the window sections, clean debris out of the tracks. You should vacuum and wipe the tracks clean. This helps ensure that the windows are in their best possible operating condition. Thoroughly clean both sides and edges of each window section. Clean the glass panes with your preferred glass cleaner using a lint-free microfiber cloth or Bounty paper towels. Before reinstalling the windows, spray silicone into the tracks so that the windows glide easily. Make sure that the rollers are in good condition. It's a good time to replace the rollers if they're worn. Once the windows are reinstalled, use the WexEnergy High-Low Profile tool to check that your windows have the clearance needed to open and close after the Wex windows are installed. At this building, low-profile skins respect. Open the window a couple of inches. Using the L side of the tool, insert the L into the gap. You should be able to easily slide the tool up and down. If the windows in your building respect as high profile, use the side of the tool marked with an H to check the window clearance. If the windows don't have enough clearance or glide easily, check the window's track for debris that you may have missed or spray additional silicone in the tracks. An additional cleaning step is needed if you have single-pane windows and the outdoor temperature is below 55 degrees Fahrenheit. First, using the alcohol wipes, clean the corners and the spacer and cutout areas if you have them, as we've shown. Next, remove the primer bottle from the accessory bag and release one quick spray in each area where you use the alcohol swab. Let the primer sit for a few seconds on the glass, then wipe the area dry with a lint-free cloth or paper towel. To properly install the corner fasteners, each of the 4 corners of the window pane must be prepared. This is a critical step that must be completed even if you just cleaned the windows. Because Wex windows are sealed into place, it's more difficult to remove the product once installation is completed. It's helpful to wear vinyl or nitrile gloves during the fastener installation. It's very important that no dirt or skin oil gets on the fastener adhesive. If a fastener gets dirty, discard it and start again with a fresh one. Remove one alcohol swab from the accessory bag and use it to wipe away any dirt or dust in each corner of the window pane. You should clean at least 1 square inch of each corner. One swab should be enough to clean up to 8 corners unless the corners are excessively dirty. Wipe each corner dry with a lint-free cloth or paper towel. On some older aluminum sashes, black beading may have contracted enough to form an arc at the pane corner. This inhibits proper placement of the window pane fastener. This condition is remedied by cutting the bead on a 45-degree angle at the center of its arc with a utility knife or razor blade. Next, use a flathead screwdriver or similar tool to push the 2 ends back into the space between the window pane and the sash. This will create a right-angle corner that can accept the window pane fastener. For windows with caulking that interferes with corner fastener installation, you will need to remove the caulk. Use a utility knife or razor blade to cut the excess caulking, and use a flathead screwdriver or similar tool to scrape away the caulking material. This step is required before cleaning the corners with alcohol. To attach WexWindow fasteners, remove one strip of 4 fasteners from your accessory kit and peel one fastener off. Hold the fastener by its edges with the arrowhead pointing out. Position the arrowhead of the fastener so that it is pointing directly at and hovers as close as possible to the corner of the window pane. Press the fastener into place, putting pressure along its entire surface area. It's very important to press the whole tab firmly for at least 2 to 3 seconds for the adhesive to work properly. Repeat this process for all 4 corners. Be sure the arrowhead points exactly to the corner of the window pane. If the fastener is slightly off in either direction, the mounted Wex window may be less secure. The adhesive may look darker around the fastener's edges. It's normal, and the coloration will disappear as the adhesive dries. Extra fasteners are provided. You can store any remaining fasteners in the accessory bag at room temperature. To mount your Wex window, first confirm that the window type letter on the label matches the letter on the Wex window key chart for the window you're about to mount. Make sure the label is right side up and remove the inside blue liner before you mount the Wex window. Position the Wex window on the window so that each corner is slightly offset from its fastener mate by 1/8 of an inch. Starting with the top, press one corner to its mate to engage. You should hear a snap when the connection is made. If you don't hear the snap, gently add pressure to the midpoint of the corner. Snap the other top corner before attaching the bottom. Once your Wex window is in place, step back and confirm that you are satisfied with the positioning on the window. If you're not satisfied with the placement, use the Wex removal tool and repeat these steps to reposition the unit. For Wex windows with edge spacers or a latch relief cutout, check that you have positioned the unit correctly before adhering the spacer or the cutout to the window. You will not be able to reposition the unit after the spacer or cutout is attached. Once you are sure that the spacer or cutout is positioned correctly, remove the white liner from the adhesive. To remove the liner, gently press the spacer or cutout toward the window pane while pulling the white liner away as you see here. Repeat this step for any other spacers or cutouts, and then attach the unit to the 2 bottom fasteners. Next, use the orange pressure tool to further secure the spacer or cutout adhesive to the glass. Hold the flat portion of the orange pressure tool, position the tool over the adhesive, and apply enough pressure to close the gap on the tool. Closing the gap assures you're putting the appropriate amount of pressure on the window pane. Rock the tool back and forth about 5 times over the adhesive. Repeat this step for each spacer or cutout. Use the provided silicone to seal the units into position. Use a utility knife or razor blade to open the tip of the silicone tube, then securely fit the application tip onto the opened silicone tube tip. Starting at one of the 4 corners, position the application tip at the corner notch with the tip opening facing the notch. Squeeze silicone into the space between the corner edges and the window pane. You will be able to see the silicone spread into this space. Notice that there are 2 cavities at each corner, one on each side of the fastener. Ideally, you will be able to add silicone through both openings. Sometimes, conditions make it difficult to access both cavities, like window treatments or a snug fit. It's okay if you can't access all 8 spaces per unit. The optimal installation is to inject silicone into all 8 spaces. Gently peel the blue plastic protective film from the front of the Wex window by pulling away from the top 2 corners and downward, parallel to the Wex window. For large units, it's helpful to remove from the top to the middle and then from the bottom to the middle of the skin. Congratulations, you've now completed the installation. Don't be surprised if it's hard to see your Wex windows because they're designed to be nearly invisible once mounting is completed. Go to WexEnergy.com for more information or email info@wexenergy.com.